Hi, this video is on cross sections. So a cross section is when you take a three-dimensional solid and you slice it, and then you would be able to see, well, what is the two-dimensional shape now created from that slicing? So the intersection of a plane and a solid is called a cross section. And you can see several examples here. Like the most typical one would be if you would take this two-dimensional plane, looks like a piece of paper, and slice it through a cube. You would see if it's going horizontally to the base, so if it's parallel to the base, then you would see a square in that. It doesn't look like a square here, it almost looks like a parallelogram, but that's because of our perspective. But if you can imagine slicing this and then picking up that shape, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to turn it so it's facing towards us now, it would look like that. And this would be that purple face that's shown there now, and you see a square. You could also slice this cube and slice it so that it is perpendicular to the base, or a vertical cut. Then you'd also get a square. But you can cut it diagonally, you might get a rectangle, or just slice off a corner and get a triangle. There's all different kinds of slicings that can be made. So in this part, you're going to try on your own to come up with what are some different kinds of cuts you can make in these different things. Now, I don't want you to be disturbed by the fact that this cheese and butter are blue. I think they're from a worksheet that was not in color, so there's nothing wrong with them. They're not molded. But anyway, so if I'm going to start with a wheel of cheese, which is actually like a cylinder in shape. And if I could make a cut, imagine I were to cut it this way and make a cut that was perpendicular to the base. So if I cut the wheel here, then when I would open it up, I would see that the face that is showing to me would actually be a rectangle. So I would have a rectangular cut. But if I took that same wheel of cheese, here's my really bad drawing of a wheel of cheese, and then I should have made it blue so it matches it. Here's my really bad drawing of moldy cheese. And if I took that plane and instead cut it horizontal to the base, then the shape that would be created would be a circle, and it would look like this. It would look just like the top and bottom of that cheese. So try the next two and just kind of explore, okay, imagine different cuts and what shape would be created. So as I think about the watermelon and I think about different ways I would cut it, if I just cut right here, then when I would take it apart, I would see the inside of the watermelon, and it would be red on the inside and like green on the outside like this, right? And on the inside I would make like a circle. But if I cut the watermelon this way, in the second drawing, it would be, I would have cut the watermelon like this, then I would have like an oval shape, because it would be like oblong. So I'd have this outside here, would still be that green rind, and then you can kind of picture the inside of the watermelon. So that's a slicing. It's almost like if I cut it just here on the end, I would see, when I pick up that piece, I would have this, imagine this is the part of the watermelon I just cut out, and then around the outside would be like that green rind. So I can't imagine a cut. Is there a way that you can cut the watermelon and not have some sort of circle or oval? I don't think so. I don't think in this case we can. Kind of like if we cut this stick of butter, no matter how we cut it, we're going to have some sort of polygon. Like we're either going to have, if I cut it this way, then I would have a square just like the front and the back. If I cut it this way, I would have a rectangle like the bottom or the top. If I cut a corner off, I might just have like a triangle. Okay, so, or I could even cut the corner off or cut another part, maybe even have a trapezoid. But I'm not ever going to be able to get a circle for my slicing. So on the back, you're going to try on your own, and this time the slicing is made for you. You're just identifying the shape that's formed, and they've helped you out because It's probably not purple in your copy, but it'll be a little bit darker gray color in the copy you have, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the shape here, like this one. The shape of this would be a hexagon because it's the same as the front and back. So I'd write hexagon. So what they're asking for when they're asking for the shape formed by the intersection, they're asking like if you could pick this and separate it in two pieces, what would you have? And you would have whatever shape that you see there in that picture, the gray box. So you're going to write down those shapes. But then in example 3, it's a little bit more challenging because now not only are you going to identify the shape, but you're going to try to figure out what would the area be of that shape. So once you know what the shape is that was created, you're going to try to find out, well, what would their dimensions be? And then once I know, this one is the really tricky one. See, this part's 5, this part's 4, so this is also 4. So once I know the dimensions, then I'm going to find the area of that. So it makes it a little bit more challenging. But thank you for watching.